Okay, hello. Welcome to first Wednesday of the month where I get to do my Wednesday night Facebook lives. I absolutely love doing them. So if you don't know, every Wednesday on the first of the month, we come hang out as a group and a gang, and we do some amazing energy clearings and activations and awakenings. I am using StreamYard, just playing with some new technology, so you can give your permission to StreamYard to comment into the chat because then I can see your comments and stuff like that, or who it is, right? Your comments will come up, but then it's like who you are. But for those that don't know me, I'm Ronnie Silverton. I'm an energy clearer. I'm a transformer. I do some amazing women's work, and I very much look forward to being with you tonight as we look at mastering embodiment. How this works is that we all come hang out, we all kind of ask questions and like get some feedback and responses. We dive deep into a topic, and then we do some amazing energy clearings and activations so that we can reset your energy so that you can move forward in a whole new way. Because I believe the human body is amazing at transforming. It's got the most amazing potential of transformation. And the journey of the soul, right? We all take this journey, don't we? We take this journey where we like, my soul is the most important thing to me, and I'm going to incarnate it. I'm going to work through all my mother stuff and my father stuff and all the genetic conditioning and all the things which are untrue to me. And I'm going to learn to be in my truth, in my authentic truth. And I'm going to learn to be my authentic truth so much that I become embodied, right? I become embodied with it in my heart, my mind, my body, my being, the whole thing. So it's going to be a beautiful journey tonight. And I very much look forward to being your guide. But before we dive in, I just thought, I would share with you some, I've got a little child who's being a little bit spoiled as well. So I think towards the end of this, I'll tell you about my beautiful little spoiled child who is, who is 6 years old, but is behaving like a teenager. And I thought I had a little bit more time up my sleeve, right, to have a nice little child that would just, go along with me and do what we say and things like that. But I'm getting rebellious teenager little energy coming through at 6 years old. So that's been quite an interesting journey over the last week. She's been a little bit, what would you say, spoilt this week, and we've had to be a little bit hard on her. But yeah, I'll tell you that story after, because it's a whole other story and I don't want to get off topic. But hi to everyone. If you'll also let us know in the chat where you are, like in the world, it's always good to know where everybody is. And we will start to dive into this beautiful energy clearing and activation. And we're going to explore what mastering embodiment is all about, what it's all about. So, all right, let's begin. So, as you know, you exist, whether you like it or not, whether you realize it or not. You live in a human body, right? You live here on planet Earth. And you exist. You exist in your gorgeous, gorgeous body. And, there is a journey that we all take, whether we like it or not, right? Of incarnating our soul into our body. And yeah, I'm just reading all the comments. We've got people from Roxana, hello, from Denmark, from Finland, from Nevada. Seeing everyone here. Hello, hello, hello. Rosin saying child is a short journey to life. It is a short journey to life. And I guess that's why it's jam-packed with so many interesting things. We've got Arizona as well. Beautiful. People from everywhere. Costa Rica, Australia, South Africa, England. Beautiful. Okay. Anyway, we will get to my spoilt child story. We've got from Rhodes. Oh my God, from Rhodes School, where my daughter goes to. Or Rhodes in Athens in Greece. My daughter goes to a school called Rhodes. We've got Denmark. Hi, Anne. Amazing. Beautiful to see everybody here. Alrighty. Okay, getting back to track, right? So we all come with this journey, right? I've got Amsterdam as well. It's just so nice to connect with everyone, right? That's why I love doing these Wednesday nights, first of the month, because we just get to hang out and be with each other. Right, I'm going to stay tracked. I'll see the chat in a moment. So we all take this journey of wanting to come be present, right? And we take this journey of coming into our body. And for some of us, right, Some of us live in our heads too much, and maybe you can work out where you're living a little bit too much. Maybe you're someone who lives in your head too much. Some of us live outside our bodies, too scared to come in, right? Too scared to come in. And others of us, we live in different parts of our bodies, right? So our head's doing one thing, our heart's feeling something else, right? And our body's doing something totally different. So you might think like, oh yeah, I want to be visible. I want to show up on social media. It's a really, really good idea. And then your heart's like, oh, I feel really, really uncomfortable with that. And then your body's like shuts down and doesn't want to, can't speak, right? So sometimes one part of us might want to be doing something, but then all the other parts of our body are contradicting that deeper thing you want to do, right? Or goes against what the mind wants, right? Because the mind wants some things, right? Which is usually the mind's filled with the subconscious cluttered beliefs and limiting beliefs. So your mind's after one thing and your body's doing something else, right? Because it's out of alignment. And so we all have to take this journey of unraveling, unknotting, unlocking all the things which are not our truth, right? Because at the depth of every cell in your being is your beautiful soul force. It's the part of you, the part of you that you know that truth, that authentic self, that part of you that lights up when you know you're on the right track and you know you're on the right path, right? It's that part of you that exists, totally exists. And it's we need to learn to contact that. But what happens is the body has got thousands and hundreds of other energy pathways running through it, layers of stuff from like your physical cells to your organs to your energy body to your auric field and all the energy pathways that run through it. And all of that gets clogged, right? It gets clogged with the for example, the anger of your father when your father shouted at you. It gets clogged with your insecurities. It gets clogged with your matriarchal line or your mother's line's depression that's been running through the generations for ages, right? So all of this stuff within you gets clogged. It gets clogged with the collective consciousness. And it's a journey. It's a journey that we all take to unravel all the stuff which isn't you, right? All the stuff which isn't you. And so we do that. And I'm sure all of you have been on this journey where you've, released a limiting belief, or you've let go of some stuff which isn't your truth, or you've chosen not to do something because it's out of alignment with you, or you've put up boundaries to make sure that crazy relationship doesn't disturb you again, right? We do that. And I'm sure you've done it hundreds of times already in your life of choosing your truth, your authentic self over the untruths, right? And sometimes it's a hard journey. It's a hard journey to go, oh, shit. That's actually what happened in childhood. Oh, that person, that man I was truly in love with. Oh, right. They're actually abusive, right? Sometimes it can be really confronting when we see the truth and we have to make choices to step back in to our deeper alignment and our deeper truth. So it's a journey, and we've all been on that journey, right? We've all been on the journey. But what's exciting for me is like going, how can we do this quicker, right? But also, how can we get to a place where we're embodying our soul totally, right? Not that it's like I feel my soul flash up every now and then, but yet my mind's doing one thing and my heart's after something else, and my nervous system's still in the trauma of being shouted at as a child. How do we get to a point where we can unravel all of that stuff quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker and wake up the soul force to come into the body? And this is what I find exciting about embodiment, because a lot of times we go through things and we shift things and we do things on a mental level, right? We do it all on a mental level. But we don't actually realize that the body is holding on to all these layers inside of us that need to shift and change. And so a lot of times you might have gone on this amazing healing journey and healed everything under the sun, but you still don't feel right. You still don't feel like you're in alignment with yourself. You still don't feel bright with your soul force. You still don't feel like you can be visible and unapologetically you. You still, all those things is because you haven't really let the healing come right down to the body to wake it up, to wake it up. So this is where we're at, right? I'm encouraging you to start to master embodiment. And it's a beautiful journey and it's a beautiful process, which is why I do my Sacred Star embodiment coaching certification, to teach you not only how to let go of all of this stuff in a very quick, easy way, but to start to contact the deeper soul force inside of you and let it start to come out into life, so that you just vibrate out who you are. Because this, gorgeous people, is where the magic starts happening. I'm noticing my top's a little bit like out of alignment and it's really bothering me. Sorry, I'll just readjust that. I'm one of those people that needs things to be normal. So yeah, this is where we have to do is we have to start to master embodiment, and this is what we're going to be doing tonight, if that's okay with you. Body memory, yeah, totally body memory. Body memory is amazing, and the human body is so intelligent. Like, we look outside of ourselves way too much to find the answer, way too much. We're almost trained, like from going to school to good old Google. I will just Google the answer. Oh my God, I've got this symptom in my body. Let me Google what it is. Oh my God, I don't know what direction to do. Let me Google some, I don't know, tarot card thing to find the answer of where I need to go. We're almost trained too much to go outside the body to find ourselves, right? What are other people going to think of me? Or what is that person doing? Do I have to do the same? We're trained to go, as opposed to flipping things around, to go deep into the body's intelligence to find the truth, deep into the body to find the soul force, to guide you, to show you, to awaken you, to give you the voice to speak up, to give you the vision and the flash of where you're going and what you need to do. And we need to start flipping this all around and retraining ourselves to go in with the truth and then out, as opposed to looking on the outside to try and work out who we are, if that makes sense. And this is another reason why embodiment is really helpful, because you want to get to a point, gorgeous people, where you just know who you are, what you need to do, where you need to go, and boom. And all your energy, the light within you, just goes pump in your mind, heart, body, all in one alignment. And then you get this kind of energy moving through. It's like, boom, now I need to do that, right? This force pulling you. I don't know if anyone's felt that, their soul force pulling them forward, or their soul force lighting them up so much inside that everything just becomes crystal clear, full of clarity, and you know exactly what action steps you need to take. Has anyone had that experience? Because that is a normal state of being. We shouldn't be in confusion, or I don't know what to do, or what's the right answer, or I want to do this but this other part says no, and we shouldn't be in that. We should be in a space of much more clearer clarity inside of us, letting our soul force move us to our destiny, right? That's why, we were all after our destiny and our life purpose. But are you getting that pull of your soul to it? Because it should be pulling you. It should be, because it's allowed, because you freed your soul to exist. You freed your soul to exist, body, mind, heart, soul, through your whole being, that it moves you into existence. And that's the other thing about embodiment, is when the soul force really wakes up, you start to feel much more vibrant. You feel more full of energy. You feel healthier. Why? Because the soul force is free to move through you. It's not, your soul force isn't like twisted underneath some weird issues this way and trapped in your liver because you suppress your anger, right? It's free to exist because you've moved through all the limitations inside of you. And a lot of times the health problems that we have, because the body, the last place the body's going to show up physical issues, right, is in the physical body, is because the soul hasn't incarnated enough, right? When we need to get to that point, because the soul force is amazing. It's got all your information in it, your energy, your frequency. It's got your destiny. It's got your direction in it. It's got so much truth. And the more of you that is vibrating with you, right, the more of reality is going to be able to find you. And the universe is like, oh, there you are. I see the totality of you. I feel the totality of your vibration. Oh, you're after that? Right. Okay, cool. Let's reflect that back. But if you're not vibrating out the totality of all of who you are, right? And you've got like limiting beliefs around poverty still from your family, and you've got like thyroid issues that are coming down from your mom, and you're still riddled with your anxiety from when you were a child. The screen of life is like, oh, I can feel parts of your soul force, but it's muffled. It's not clear enough to, because you've got all this other stuff flashing up, which is why, right? Sorry, I'll get to the chat in a moment. It's just flowing through. Which is why, right? Now I've lost my thought. Where was it? Where was that? Where was that bit of information that was flowing through me? Where did I get up to? Oh, complete brain blank. It was important that I was going to say this thing, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, let me go through the chat. Maybe it's not meant to come through right now. I trust that, because sometimes what happens, right, when you're so engaged and feeling the body flow and full of information, I just end up speaking it, right? It's part of channeling. And interesting, love, on my Sacred Star Embodiment coaching, so the last year's batch, one of the girls opened up her channeling abilities, right? Because she's a natural channeler. And so by unlocking the body, all of her channeling abilities started to wake up, and she just started to channel more naturally, because she can be more of who she is. Yeah, that was what I say, which is why sometimes you feel like when you're not fully embodied, you'll be feeling like, oh, I'm not really living the life I want to live, or I feel like I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time, right? Because all of you isn't out interacting with reality. Or you might be like, I'm visualizing my manifestations, but they're not coming into reality, because there's not enough of your frequency, your soul frequency, out playing with reality, right? Because guess what? We're in reality. The game is here, right? The game is to come into your body, switch it on with yourself, and become a conscious creator, right? Become a conscious creator of who you are, right? A conscious creator of your life, to go, I can change this, I can shift that. I'm going to play with creating some abundance now. I'm going to let my soul force move me to the next point in my life that I know I need to live, right? This is the state we need to be working from. So yeah, I think I've said everything. I think I've said enough. But yeah, write any questions you have into the chat, and I can answer them, or anything that you have around this. I'd love to answer the questions. And also, let's see what's going through the chat. It's always good to see where people are at, right? Because we're all working and growing together. So Paula's saying, I do love your videos. Your explanations have perfect timing. Good, right? Paula, we're in sync with each other. Got some love from Switzerland from Anita. Hi. Okay. So someone has said yes when I was younger, and I'm assuming that's when you felt the soul force pull through you more, right? Because you felt you were instinctual with your own energy. That's a powerful point to get to, when your soul force has liberated through you and you feel instinctual with it. It's like, this is a definite yes. That's a definite no. I need to put my boundaries up with this person. Oh, I should just sidestep here, right? Oh, this is where I'm going. Like, you want that instinctual energy, because I'm telling you, the more that you start to move into becoming a conscious creator of your life, and you're like creating more abundance, and you're bringing your soul purpose out to life, it takes a lot of dynamic energy to be here, right? We can't be slowed down by our conditioning. We can't let our body be slowed down by our limiting beliefs. We need to quicken up the process and be instinctual with who we are, and dynamic and tenacious with our soul force doing its magic around us, right? It's a very beautiful, energetic thing. Like, sometimes I go through the end of the day, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I just did so much stuff, or I can't believe my life feels so full, or I can't believe, I'm go to bed and I'm still vibrating, right? Because my soul's like, come on, there's more to do. There's ideas. There's, it's alive. I think that's the key. It's that aliveness, right? We all want to feel deeply alive. And the other thing about being embodied, sorry, your question has triggered me, is that you feel your emotions with so much more clarity. It's like, I am angry, and it allows you to be angry, right? Because sometimes you have to be angry, because that anger is teaching you something, and you process it through and you shift through it, and then you can move into feeling powerful. It's being truthful with each of your emotions, moment to moment, because your emotions, once you work through all your stuff and you become embodied, your emotions are totally there for an empowering reason, not because they're a suppressed emotion, not because they're an unprocessed emotion, not because they're a hindrance, your emotions, right? Once you process all the clutter against that, you need to release it on yourself, your emotions become these powerful parts of you which guide you and lead you to what you need to understand and awaken, or how you need to react, right? And it's powerful. All right, so Bex is saying, I used to, though, when I'm through mega bad abusive relationships, so when I've trapped by getting back into it. Yeah, exactly. And on that note, abusive relationships, whether it's sorry, my shirt's gone out of alignment again. Abusive relationships are whether it's parents, mother, father, work relationships, particularly in worst case love relationships, they can be the most intense because you're wanting love from them, and it's complicated, right? What abusive relationships do is they overpower, they dominate, and then they scramble your own sense of self. They scramble who you think you are. They scramble your natural yes, no responses. They scramble your intuition to the point where you don't know who you are anymore, to the point where the abuser has got you like a puppet almost, and all you're doing is, how do I make this better? How do I fix this? How do I change myself to make them love me more? How do I stuff all this down and do what they say? And they can be the most troubling experiences that actually stop our soul from incarnating. So if you've been in any of those things, then you've got some work to do to unravel all of that stuff to come back on track. But when you do, right, for those that have been through abusive relationships, and I'm one of them, right? When you come out of it, you are so super strong, right? You're so strong. It's like there's a strength when you've walked out of that and you've overcome it, and you've found yourself and you've healed yourself and you've unknotted and untangled yourself. You are strong, 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 strong. And that is a strength that no one can take away from you. So if you've got anyone here that's walked through all of that stuff, let us know, right? So we can give you a cheer on. Okay, the sticky parts on top of the life force. Yeah, exactly. I think you were helping me to catch my thought back then. Yeah, we do get sticky parts on top of our life force, and that's a really beautiful way of putting it. And those sticky parts slow us down. Those sticky parts, because if we look at, I love tracking energy in the body. So if we look at the sticky parts on top of the body that the soul force can't get through, right? And those sticky parts could be limiting beliefs, those sticky parts could be suppressed emotions, those sticky parts could be, whatever the story is, right? And sometimes it's collection. especially if you keep repeating the same pattern, right? Same mother issue of abandonment, then the same abandonment relationship issue, then feeling like rejected, and like all those stories, like over the same wound almost, they layer up. And so sometimes, right, you get these really intense blocks over the soul force, and the soul force is trying to get out, but instead of you at the point of living your soul force, you actually just live in the block, you live in the stickiness, and then you view life from the stickiness, and then you identify yourself from the stickiness, right? And that's when things go wrong, right? Because you're not operating out of your authentic self. That's where you'll start to misjudge situations, where you'll start to misjudge people, where you'll misread situations, right? Because you're living out of you're living from the perspective of your stickiness, right? But that's not the truth of you. We know that if you start to live from the truth of your soul, what's your soul force, right? It's abundant, it's wise, it's intuitive, it's creative, it's endlessly creative. It's got all your amazing energy and codes in it. It's a fantastic force, right? So if you're not feeling that high vibe, right, the majority through the day, then you're playing out too much of your stickiness, right? You're living too much in your blocks. And we want to learn to shift that out of you, right? Even though your mind might be like positive quote extravaganza inside, like, money's coming my way all the time. I'm the best person in the world. I look beautiful more and more. Every day I'm getting younger, right? You might have a high positive mindset, but if you don't feel that positive mindset vibrating through your body like a spring of energy bursting you, then you haven't created the embodiment that you've needed to create, right? It's the mind. Yeah, great. It can start to filter through, but you haven't shifted the deeper stickiness, the layers effectively enough to start to to vibrate at that higher level. Okay. Roxana, it's like I'm behind me. Yeah, exactly. So it's that feeling of, instead of being in the totality of this is who I am, it's like you're stuck behind yourself, right? So yeah. uh Someone's helped me out here. From Trinidad. Hi, Roy. Jasna, good evening. Bex, just had a breakthrough right now. I need to know the difference between being my true soul self, who I was discovering at the time I got into the abuse, and that being my true soul self does not mean being abused. Okay, you're amazing, Bex. You worked it out. Amazing. Okay, Sarah's got a serious question and a funny question. Serious, how can you maintain positive energy even when you're around people with negative energy? Funny, you are ticklish. If so, hang on, I've got it. If so, where? Oh my God, where am I ticklish? I'll answer that question first. Oh, wow. Isn't StreamYard interesting? You can actually read out the comments and put them through. Hey, I'm learning something new every day. I'm ticklish on my toes. Yeah, my toes are super ticklish and on my ribs. So these are the two places that I find super ticklish. But I love being tickled. So I'm definitely I'm a ticklish person for sure. Okay, so serious question. How can you maintain positive energy even when you're around those negative people that aren't that are serious, right? Well, that's the beauty of being soul embodied is because you naturally when your soul, it's not that your soul is just in your body vibrating, it's like it shines through you and you hold your own resonance in your own energy field. And then what happens is that your energy field starts to get stronger. And even though, right, we're always going to be surrounded by negative people, angry, negative, depressing people. They just exist. Hopefully they keep coming out of their stuff, but they exist. When you've got strong resonance with your own soul force through you, you'll start to naturally, it's almost like the feeling is that you don't you vibrate at a different frequency with them. So you'll notice that they're angry and they're serious and they're shitty, or they might even yell at you, right? And be like, "Bleh," and give you all this stuff. But it's like it doesn't penetrate, right? It doesn't bring you down because you are just vibrating out with your energy. So this is number one. The other reason, even if you are, and again, we're all work in progress, right? We're all work in progress. My poor husband, like sometimes he like yells at me, and I'm just a bit like, if it's not in alignment with my truth, or if he hasn't hit a place which is somewhere I need to look at, right? Because this is what relationships are all about, right? We're always reflecting and expressing, but if it doesn't ring true in my system anymore and he's out of alignment, whatever he says to me, it almost feels like it washes off me. I don't even get affected by him or anything like that. But saying that, and like I said, we're all work in progress. Oh my God, I got so much information to give you guys. Is that my brain short circuits when I try and zip out of my wherever I was at. Okay, that was it. We're all work in progress, but sometimes even if we are vibrating with our soul's truth and we've got someone who's serious around us, if we've hooked into them in a negative relationship dynamic, then they can pull us out of alignment. Why? Because you've decided to relate to them in a way that's inauthentic to you. Okay? So, if say grandmother was super serious moral woman and I grew up in her and I had her as my amazing grandma, but she was super serious, very moral, very restrictive, right? And then later on, when I'm an adult and I found myself, and then I go back to visit grandmother, if I still play out the role that I played out in as a child with her, I move out of my soul resonance and I play out that dynamic and I collapse my energy fields, right? Because I'm moving out of my truth. So sometimes we need to recognize the negative dynamics that we're playing out with people and how we then pull into their game in either to serve them or please them or because we're obligated or because we get manipulated by them or because we want something from them or whatever the secondary gain is. We can move out of our deeper resonance. So there's this expression like, go heal yourself and then go step back into your family and see how much you've actually healed yourself, right? Because if you're still reacting in the same ways that you were, then you haven't completely healed yourself, right? So sometimes we need to look at the negative dynamics we're playing out with people and how that moves against us. And then we also need to be looking at, okay, how can I evolve this? I still love my grandma, but I don't want to play out the child in order to please her. So I either have a conversation with her, I either let her know who I'm at or where I'm at, or I just choose to unlock myself from that dynamic and then just see how the relationship flows. I hope that answers your question. I mean, you could go into relationships and dynamics for days, but hopefully that's just a little snippet to food for thought anyway, right? Okay, Susanna's given me a beautiful compliment. Thank you, Susanna. Okay. Why do we sometimes have confusions? Yeah, because we're overloaded with a lot of information that isn't of our truth. Like, just for example, I think like, I don't know, 500 years ago, maybe 1,000 years ago. I don't quote me on the figure, but basically you'll understand it when I explain it. But I don't know, maybe it must have been when people were at least educated enough to read. In one person's lifetime, 1,000 years ago or whatever, a person would read the equivalent in their entire lifetime of information of one newspaper in their entire lifetime, right? Of information. That's how much they would read. Now we are bombarded with so much information. It's unbelievable. It's a lot to process, right? Not only are we bombarded with a lot of information from the outside world, social media, different people of how we should be behaving, then we've got our family stuff, our family rules, our religious rules, our cultural rules. We've got a lot of information that stores within us to say, this is who you are, this is how you should behave, this is how you should think, this is what you should do. Now, that means that we've also got multiple of those things going on today, right? This is who you are on all different levels. That's why you end up confused, right? Because it's like, well, which voice, which is the truth? Which what should I listen to? What's the right thing to do? My religion wants me to do this, but I feel like doing that. And then, my mother's telling me something else. And that's where the confusion is, right? Because we're listening to way too much information and energies and voices that are not of our truth. And again, come back to your truth, embody your truth, learn to live from your truth, learn to hear your soul, learn to feel your soul, learn to intuit your soul, learn to be directed by your soul, right? Directed by your soul. Okay. Veronica. I feel like I want to be a better version of me, but I know I might set back and can't find the strength to choose my own decisions and stop being a people pleaser. Beautiful. So the fact, right, that you've decided to be a better version of you, and the fact that you recognize that this is going on and you're a people pleaser is like half the journey's over. So I just want to acknowledge that as soon as you have a realization about a deeper truth about who you are and a deeper way and you have awareness around something that isn't working in your life, half the battle's gone, right? So I just want to acknowledge that, right? It's easy now. Now that you're like the mask has been taken off you and you're like, actually, I don't want to play this game out anymore because I know what's going to happen if I continue doing it. I know I'm hurting myself if I continue doing it. So, It's beautiful. So I would keep contacting that part of you, which is like, I'm more than this. I deserve to be strong. I deserve to be, and then look at all the reasons why you have to people please and unlock those things. Maybe you've been people pleasing to get attention. Maybe you've been people pleasing because you've been programmed to. Maybe you've been people pleasing because that's what all the women in your family do. They people please, So where does this people pleasing come from? And it's about unlocking the story. It's about unlocking the knots that keep you tangled in the people pleasing. It's about unlocking the obligations and all of those things that keep you there. So reflection is a really good way to begin, and be aware of why you're people pleasing and where it comes from. And at the same time, contact that deeper truth inside of you that's putting its hand up inside, going, uh, I want to be in my power, right? I want to stand in my power. I want to be strong. I want to be heard. I want to be respected. I want to be supported. I want other people to please me. To keep hearing that part of you that's waking up and saying, hey, 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 that's part of your soul force waking up, right? So keep listening to that. I think it's a great thing that you found that. So well done. Where are we now? I always knew what my soul wanted, but for some reason, not all my soul desires come easily or fast. And now it's aligning finally, amazing, but still not everything. What can I do to fully align with my soul's desires and receive them? That's beautiful. And well done for like taking the journey for it to start to come easier and easier. And it's but now you're wanting it faster, right? So sometimes we slow ourselves down. Sometimes we get into alignment and we've done a lot of work and we're starting to move into embodiment and alignment, and then things aren't quite getting as quick and it's not as fast as we want because on a deeper level we're slowing ourselves down. And when I tune into you, there's a deep fear inside of you that's slowing you down. So when I go into your body, I feel like this layer of fear, which is like holding your soul force back. So though there's a lot going on, there's a deeper fear inside of you, which is holding you back. And I would explore that because you want to liberate yourself from that fear. And so it feels very deep and subconscious, but I would go and try and find it and unlock it. And then you'll start to feel, "Ah, I'm free. I'm free to be more of who I am." And then life will start to quicken up, but you're slowing yourself down with a deep unconscious fear. So go and explore that. I think you'll get a lot of power out of shifting that. Um, Madeline saying, I love my notion. I started to heal. You got to, right? Listen, don't run away from your emotions. Embrace them, confront them, see them, feel them, notice them. And that's why in my Sacred Star coaching certification, we learn to get real with our emotions, right? Because they're part of the layers which block up the body. And we learn to feel them and we learn to express them. So as soon as you start to get real with what's suppressing you, and we feel it and we open it up and we express it and we let that old emotion release, the soul force can come through. So getting real and being unafraid of all your emotions. Don't be afraid, right? Don't be afraid to feel anger. Don't be afraid to feel your sadness. Don't be afraid to feel your loneliness. As soon as you start to feel the truth, even if it's unpleasant, you start to integrate those parts. And those parts have an opportunity then to evolve and grow and release, right? So that you can remove that layer that isn't your truth. Okay. I used to say I have a low scrambled brain. Exactly. Yeah, you're kick ass, totally kick ass now. Okay. All right, cool. I know and I feel this so much. I have so much energy in my sacral chakra, having lived the life of a nun without a marriage to Jesus, but lived in a life in high control, high demand, religion, a cult. And I know innately that I could fully embody my sexual energies. It would absolutely blast a lifelong into autoimmune illness to smithereens. Absolutely. It's not so much about releasing it with a beautiful man, although that can be beautiful, but it's about allowing it to come out, to allow it. Yes. Yes. Let me tell you this. Your sexual energy is a powerful force and it's a sacred force of energy. And we've been taught to either completely, it's a part of our system, right? Part of what we need to know as we start to evolve, and the more that we incarnate. Now, you guys got to, I'm going to answer your question, right? I'll answer this question, but I want to give you a little bit of background about how the body works energetically. Okay, hope I'm making sense to you all. Otherwise, you're gonna have to get the telepathic, get the visions along with it. So basically, we've talked about the soul incarnating. The sexual energy is part of our evolution, right? Of course, it's part of our evolution because it's made people procreate and create babies and generations and blah, 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 blah. But on a deeper level, the sexual energy, once we start to claim it as a sacred force and we let it to transcend up our body, it will start to change it from that kind of raw arousal sexual energy to more of a like enlightened spiritual vibrancy, right? Which has this amazing fuel and scaffolding to it to connect you to the heavens, basically. I've written a whole book on it, right? So there's a whole body of work on all of that. So basically, when the soul starts to incarnate and the sexual energy starts to rise up through the body, the soul then, because the sexual energy puts you in present time reality, and it's actually, it brings a physical force to the energy, to the body, for health, for vibrancy, for strength. It's like a scaffolding. It strengthens your whole system, right? And it's a really powerful force in that it can blast through things, right? If we go back to old Taoist practices 5,000 years ago, right? And I love any practice that kind of existed, has lasted the test of time, should we say. So Taoism for me is got some gems in it. You will see that they actually learnt to direct their sexual energy to different parts of the organs to create health, right? To bring vibrancy and health, and also to heal. So if one of the organs wasn't, full of liberation or health, they would learn to direct the sexual life force there. So sexual energy is super powerful. And it's a present time energy. The more of it exists, the more in present time you feel. And so that's super important of us living in the now. But what it also does is, as it moves up, it kind of helps pull your soul into physical reality more and more and more. And it just, so your soul is wanting to incarnate into your body. Your sexual energy is part of your physical energy in your body, and when the sexual energy starts to transcend, it will start to pull your soul force more and more into physical reality, right? So it's powerful stuff, which is why I'm going to plug my Sacred Star certification, why I teach it in there, why we do this, right? Because not only does it make you feel amazing, but it's actually an amazing healer as well, and it does so much for the energy body and the energy system. So what happens is our sexual energy has been twisted and tainted through time, right? So it doesn't create the journey. The sacred journey doesn't begin. Why? Because in religion, it's shamed, it's blocked. You're not allowed to use it. It's a sin. It's dirty. Maybe you're told when you grew up, it's you'll get pregnant, don't, whatever the story was around it. Maybe your sexual energy was way too wild and took you on all these crazy adventures and you're like scared of it. We all have a story with our sexual energy, whether it's abuse, whether it's whatever, right? And all of that stuff has tainted it and twisted it away from it being a sacred force for your own vitality and own use. So to answer the question, I know innately that if I could fully embody my sexual energy, it would absolutely blast a lifelong of autoimmune illnesses to smithereens. It's not about releasing it with a beautiful man, although that would be beautiful, but it's about allowing it to come up totally, which is why beautiful people, you have to learn to train your sexual energy to start moving up your body, which is why embodiment is so important. It's not like I think my sexual energy up to my body. It's more like I learn to contact, I learn to breathe it in, I learn to use my body and my muscles to pump my sexual energy up through my body until all my energy pathways are trained to naturally bring it up. I can bring up the sexual energy to my heart and use it to open up my heart chakra. I can use it to come up here. And you can use blossoming tools, is what we call them: breathing, sounding, moving, contacting your muscles, bringing the energy up through you. You have to learn to retrain how your energy is moved through your body, right? Otherwise, if things will be dormant. You have to learn how to breathe your soul force back through you and open everything up. You have to learn to unlock and tone out, sound out, whatever it is, all the anger, so that it frees up the stickiness so your soul force can come through. So there's a lot of embodiment practice around helping the sexual energy transcend. And eventually it will start to do that more and more naturally, without you thinking about it. Or you can just learn to just do it in a flick, right? Pull your sexual energy up. And, you know, if you want to get really wonderful, you could have a spontaneous orgasm, right? Because you've let your sexual energy move through your body. So it's a journey. If you haven't read my book, Sacred Revolution, go read it. I've got an amazing women's page with all this stuff on you, like exercises, YouTube videos. There's a lot there to help bring the energy up. So please use that. Okay, Veronica, wow, that's exactly my problem. I feel trapped in my love relationship. I don't have other family members for me, and I believe my partner does love me. I feel like I don't have my own mind. Yeah, so you need to embody who you are again, right? Totally. And you know what? And it's since, I did, and, I've been on this embodiment path for a while now, and it's been really interesting, right? So last year, September, October, November, December, I felt more of my soul force go poof and want to work through my body. Now, I'm not afraid of it anymore, right? When it wants to come through, I'm like, yeah, let's let it come through. Now, of course, in my relationship, right, we were playing out some dynamics that were in alignment with my truth, right? So all this energy, my soul force wants to liberate, and I'm feeling it coming through, and I'm doing all the embodiment work to bring it through, and it feels great and amazing. And then I get this fire because, the souls can be quite revolutionary and like wants to burn through things in our lives that are out of alignment. And I got really bratty. I was quite bratty to my husband. I was like, I needed to go out dancing all night long. And it was great because I found myself again. But I was getting bratty. And I was like, actually, I don't even care about. And this is not like me at all. I'm actually, I love communication. I love authentic relating. I love working things out. But I was like owning my brattiness because that was, and it felt good. I wasn't being bratty and being like, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, deal with it. I wasn't doing that, intentionally to hurt him. It was more like, this is so my truth and it feels so crystal clear and it feels good to be this way that I'm going to go with it. Even though all the social conditioning is like, you can't be like this, you can't behave like this, you can't say things like that. Right? But because I've cleared myself out so much, I'm like, let me go with this brattiness. Let's see where this brattiness takes me because it feels like my soul's wanting me to be like this. So I was bratty. And in that brattiness, I broke down so many old relationship dynamics that in 3 months, my relationship went whoop and went to another level, right? Because I had to do that in order to break some old patterns. Now, I would never, because I was operating out of compliance before, out of submission before, all this other stuff, right? I would never, ever, I've never been bratty in my life. And so it was a powerful moment for me to feel so embodied in my own brattiness, right? But it was an aligned thing to do. It wasn't because I was operating out of, being spoiled. It wasn't because I was operating out of because this is the only way I can get what I want, right? It was a true alignment. And it was quite interesting to think that, well, you could look at it as a negative thing, right? But because I was embodying it in such a powerful and aligned way, it actually was the medicine that I needed to shift some old stuff. Anyway, I hope that answers someone's question. A positive quote extravaganza. Yes. But my body is quickly catching up. The high vibes are. Yeah, I love a positive quote extravaganza. Okay, we got here. A lot of people hate being tickled, but tickling is funny and really cute. I know, I like being tickled. Mm, I like being tickled. I also, I was going to say I like being chased and tickled. I do like being chastened, but then I thought maybe it's inappropriate for me to say that. Anyway, there are so many people with negative energy. It's protecting yourself that's difficult sometimes. Don't look, see, this is where the mindset's wrong. Don't look at it like you're having to protect yourself from other people, because as soon as you think you're having to protect yourself from them, what's playing out? So what's playing out actually is like they're bigger than me. Their energy is bigger than me. Their negative energy is bigger than who I am. Well, no, listen. If you've embodied your soul, no one is bigger than you, right? People can be more extraordinary than you, and there's some things that you might want to like grow into, of course, right? But if you're holding your soul's resonance, then you don't need to protect yourself from them, because your energy is going to protect you. That deep truth, that vibration of the divine universe that runs through your soul is just going to be foot, because you've got it out more and more and more, right? The more I stepped into the deeper truth of my soul, the more people would come to me for healings. The more I could do 5, 10, 15 healings a day and not be affected by it. And trust me, there was a lot of negative energy that came from 15 people working deeply on healings a day, right? But it's because I was able to hold my energy field and my soul was vibrating through that. I was like, well, this is me and that's their stuff. It's got nothing to do with me. We're not in the same dimensional frequency bandwidth, because I am my unique vibration. So you need to shift your mindset here and work through that. But you don't need to protect yourself from people. Yes, you need to be aware. Yes, we need to put up boundaries. Yes, we need to say no. Yes, we need to sidestep, right? Yes, we need to know what games people are playing out. I'm not saying be oblivious, but your energy should be you should be unaffected mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And if you are, then there's some deeper work to do. We all have to go on that journey, right? We all have to go on that journey. I've been on that journey. Okay, I'm feeling like I'm sick, like vomiting. It's super intense. You've got a lot of stuff coming up. Okay, we need to do an energy clearing soon then. uh Thank you for your answer. I also know yoga workshops that start there tickling each other for positive energies. Yes, I'm well into some tickling. We need to do more tickling. Wow, the energy dynamic is so true in relationships. Okay. Dear Vanya, I have a question. How can we connect to our desires and wants? Since my childhood, I don't feel connected to my body, nor do I know what I truly want and what I feel truly aligned to, which is why I've done my Sacred Star Coaching certification, people, which is why you need to come and join it. It's happening in next month, right? So come check it out if you haven't. Um, you look, there is a journey we all need to take on. So this is the journey. We all go on a journey of self-healing. If you don't know where to begin, we got to shift. We've got to heal. We've got to release. We've got to transform that which isn't our truth. That's where we all begin. Through that process of transforming and healing and releasing and clearing and sorting things out, you discover yourself. Self-healing leads to self-discovery. It's through that journey you're like, oh, actually, I'm not the voice of my mother. I'm me. Oh, I'm not all my religious stuff. I'm me, right? Because you work out the difference between you and everything that isn't you. When you've worked out this is who I am, from that self-discovery, you'll naturally go into this part of me, right? This part of me exists. This part of me wants to create. This part of me wants to live. This part of me has desires. We follow that desire, and that will lead us to the things that we need to do and create in our destiny. So if you don't know where to begin, you always begin by that transformational process of getting rid of that which isn't you to find you, right? To find you. Okay, I've done so much inner work, but I'm feeling so far away from myself, like it's too much. I come back and then I go, so much rage coming from memories. Yeah, you've got a lot to shift out, hey? And I really feel, Marta, that there's a deeper sense of like, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? I almost want to say that you have, I want to give you permission, and I want you to give yourself permission to be in your power, to be you. And I feel like all that rage is all the times that you were either disempowered or pulled away from your power, or you weren't able to contact your power. But if we look at that rage and we let that rage evolve within you, it will turn into an energy and a power and a vibrancy that will help you find yourself. So I hope that helps, that message helps. So there was a lot in that message, so you might want to listen to that again. Um, but yeah, you're a deeply powerful person, and I want to give you permission, and I want you to give yourself permission to find and be that power, and you're allowed to be that power that you are. Okay, Vanya totally will work with this. Amazing, cool. Okay, cool. Jasna, can you help me? Last week I abroad attending wonderful class. It was amazing, but when I came into the town, I soon perceived sadness, fears, and energies that were before in an area. It was so intense that I was afraid of being alone there. This has happened to me, offers. Please, what is that? Yeah, it's again, I feel like your soul hasn't come into your body fully yet. You know, it's like I really want your soul force to take position in your heart, take position in your solar plexus. I want it to really take position so that you're just strong at your core, right? We should be strong that we feel unshakable, right? It's a journey to get there, but that's what we're aiming for, right? So I feel like you need to embody more of your soul. Madeline, since my menopause, my sexual energy is so dead and stuck. Yes, but it's everywhere. It's an energy force that you need to unlock and find and move through your body. And that's why embodiment work and some exercises around it will help you. It will so help you. And you know, your body's going through a change. So we have to honor the change, but there is a deeper life force there. It's not dead. I'm telling you, it's not dead. It's stuck, yeah, but it's not dead. And so you need to do some work to start to make it move. Rosalind, embodiments from art. I did Vanya's Sacred Star last year and it totally transformed my life. Yeah, Rosalind has done so well. Actually, if you go on the Sacred Star coaching certification, you'll get a free one-to-one 60-minute session with Rosalind. She's amazing, 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 amazing embodiment coach. I even go to her for my embodiment sessions. That's how good she is, right? So just take her name, people. Rosalind McPhail. Okay, so take it down or find it again, but she's great. She's gold. Dancing all night or Saturday, so me. Yeah, I've been coming home at 3:00 in the morning, people, knocking into bed. Okay, Marta, wow, that's it. My heart is so broken. It wants to heal so many lifetimes, but that's like a cut. The sexual energy is stuck because so much giving and receiving so little. Yeah, you need to heal, Marta. Come heal. I've got a journey for you people. I really do. I really, really do. My Sacred Star is an amazing journey of deep, deep, deep self-healing and then awakening, like awakening to the point where I can get you so strong that you're going to feel visible and alive and dynamic and feel that soul force. And it's a 6-month program. It's beautiful. It's intense. There's coaching swaps. You get an international certification by the end of it. We've got an amazing group of support women, and I get to hang out with you deeply for 6 months, right? Well, these little Facebook Lives are little snippets of actually some deeper body of work that I have for you. And we've got a beautiful team that can come in and connect with you and communicate with you if you've got questions around the course, or you reach out, you want to speak to anyone about a clarity call, let me know, DM me, message me, and we will get all of that stuff out to you. So yeah. Okay. I've tried to speak my opinion to my mum and disagree with her, but now she's blocked me. She's very cold towards me, and I feel so guilty. I'm like a bad daughter. What am I learning from this? Don't feel guilty, right? Sometimes other people want us to play out a certain role so they still feel better. Contact your truth. What is your truth saying, right? Who would you be without having to play out that mother-daughter dynamic? Do you have to play it out? Contact your truth. What was the name of the book? Sacred Revolution. If you want to go to my website, www.vanyasilverton.com, you'll see one section for women, and there's a page for women, and it's got everything: books, free online courses, my Central Enlightenment Academy, my Sacred Star coaching certification, my retreats. I do amazing retreats for women. And there's also a lot of YouTube videos down the bottom. So if you want to do some of this practice, there's YouTube videos for you to guide you. So go check it out. Liberata, Bunny, since we last spoke, I asked you about staying or moving town. I stayed, and I'm taking over buying a business. I sometimes feel like there is so much to learn, and somewhere I feel like maybe I'm not able to maintain or keep it successful. I know I can, but there seems to be fear of failure. I need to escape because of the fear. You're doing great. You just need to be more dynamic. Accept your power, accept who you are, and accept what you're doing in this world, right? Just accept it, be dynamic, be amazing, go with it, right? No more fear. No more being a little girl. I just feel like don't be the little girl anymore. You're fucking sorry. You're amazing, strong woman. I didn't mean to swear, that came out. That was channeled swearing. Okay, Rosalind, I honestly wouldn't be who I am today without it. That's the Sacred Star program. It's so powerful and transformational. It keeps continuing afterwards as you unlock your ability within yourself. Yeah, it's a super powerful program. Super powerful. I love you for saying that. All right, gorgeous people. Should we do an energy clearing, right? Whew, we've done so much tonight. Where are we at with the time? Oh, we've gone way over. See, all these questions are powerful. So what I want to do, maybe we just do something really short and powerful. What are we going to do? Well, what you should do is join my Sacred Star coaching program, and I can teach you so much more. But what can I give you now that is so powerful and so beautiful? All right, let me tune in. So I want you to just close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, because everything begins with the breath, right? Everything begins with the breath. The breath of this is who I am. This is why I'm here. Everything begins with the breath. And we don't often breathe enough. We don't often breathe deeply enough. And I want you just to keep breathing. And I want you to feel your soul light all around you. So the parts of you that haven't incarnated yet, all around you sparkling. And I want you to breathe them in. Just breathe your soul in. And as you breathe your soul in, I want all the light, all your soul light within all the cells in your body to light up. And I want you to breathe your soul out into life, to go, hello. I want you to breathe all the non-incarnated parts of you in until you light up. And I want you to breathe out your light, your soul light. And you might start to feel your body wanting to move as it starts to wake up. Movement's great, right? Movement's also part of all the energy pathways or waking up inside your body. So you can just run your hands over or move, just as like getting super present. But just as you're doing it, I want you to visualize you activating all the energy pathways in your body to really make some amazing changes. This time I want you to feel your soul that's still outside of you. And I want you to visualize all the cells in your body with like little mouths on the cells. And I want you to breathe in. Breathe in all that light through all the cells in your body. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in until you feel your soul coming into your body and it touches the light within you. And then on the exhale, you're going to breathe out who you are through all the cells in your body. Inhale, breathing in all the soul that hasn't incarnated. So the part of your soul that lives in another dimension or in the heavens or wherever you want to call it, you're going to breathe that in through all the cells in your body. Breathe it in, breathe it in, breathe it in. Every single cell, hundreds, billions of cells, breathing in all your light, breathing it in. You might want to pull it in as you do. Let it activate you. Let that light come in, activate all your DNA. And on the exhale, you're going to breathe that light strongly, strongly, strongly through your body, physical body, through your auric field and out into life so that more of you can exist here. And again, we're going to inhale, breathe in, calling it in, all of your light, your soul light that's not here yet. Let it come through. You might want to move parts of your body to let it in, like let it come in your shoulders, let it come in your hands, let it come in your pelvis. You might want to breathe your soul light up through your beautiful yoni into your sexual palace. You might want to breathe your soul light into your breasts, into your hips, your knees, like just breathe yourself back into your body. Breathe your soul force You know, you could even call it your higher self. Breathe that part of you that isn't in your body. Breathe it back in. Breathe it back in. Let it light you up. Now, as you breathe it in, it's medicine for you. Let your own light be medicine for your body. And I want that light to swirl around you, activating your DNA. And this time, right, when we breathe out, we're going to breathe out all the gunk that isn't you, right? So this time, right, you're getting all this light coming in, you're breathing it in, it's activating, going through. And this time we're going to pull out all the gunk which isn't you. So I want you to breathe out, visualize your own soul force pushing the gunk out from all the cells, push it all out. You might want to run your hands over your body to break up some of these patterns, but you're using your own soul force and you're pushing all this gunk that's on top, the stickiness, the stories. You might want to break open some old energy patterns that tie you in places. You might feel like there's a stuckness over your third eye that you need to unlock. You might want to free your throat if it's blocked there. But again, right? You might want to wash yourself down, let it all go. You might want to stand up and jump to shake it all out, right? Get it all out of your body. Again, inhaling, breathing in all your light into your body, breathing it in, breathing it in, breathing it in, breathing it in. Let it come in, let it be medicine for your body. Let it contact the soul force deep inside of you. And on the exhale, we're going to push out with your soul force, pushing out all the gunk on top. Push it out, push it out, push it out. Some of you, I feel like I'm clearing out your sacral chakra quite a lot with this. So if that's you, let your soul force come into your sacral chakra, and on the exhale, push out all the gunk that's on top of it. If you feel like it's your heart chakra that needs attention, contact your heart chakra, send your consciousness there, and with one breath, push your light through it, pulling out all the gunk that's there, and we're going to clear it all out. Blech. Ugh, people, you've got a lot there. Just, you might want to vomit it out. Like even that can be part of an embodiment process, is actually just energetically vomiting out. It doesn't mean you have to physically vomit, but you can just go and like just let it all come out. But you need to let all those old layers go. Okay, and again, inhaling all this light. It's your energy, your light, your soul, the truth of your being. Inhaling, 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 accepting it, accepting it, accepting it, welcoming it in, inhaling, 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 all this amazing light. Let it activate your soul force that lives deep inside your cells. And on the exhale, wherever you feel is a bit blocked, you're going to push that soul force through, say the solar plexus if you want to, pushing out all that gunk on top. Let it go. And you can unlock it with your hands. You can move it off you. Give yourself a good shake. Ugh. And you should start to feel clearer and brighter, right? Clearer and brighter. Okay. This time, let's do it one more time. Inhaling all your light, inhaling, 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 inhaling it, drinking it in through all the cells in your body. Let it contact your DNA, activating your DNA. Let it contact your soul force inside all your cells. So everything lights up with your truth. And you're going to breathe this light through your body, letting it burst through any blocks. Or if you've got a place in your body that needs some extra help, you can focus on that place, pulling all your light to that one place, and then breathing it out and releasing all the trapped energy. We don't have time to go into it tonight, but sometimes also when we're leaving out the block, the emotion comes up, right? So sometimes it's about expressing the anger that needs to release, or going deeper into the sadness that needs to go, but this is just a very simple thing, because I know it's getting a little bit late. We did chat for a long time. And then I want to kind of move you into just, in the sacred style, we do 5 stages of embodiment in different ways. So another stage is claiming the new part within you, right? claiming the part of you that wants to exist, claiming that soul force that is choosing to exist beyond all the other stuff. Amazing, Marta. I'm so glad you're feeling it so powerful. Beautiful. I want you to claim that light, claim your soul, claim it. Be like, this is me. Thank you very much, right? I want you to claim it and become it. Like, claim that light that is you. And like, just claim it. I want you to claim that part which is you in your head. Claim that light which is you in your throat. Claim that light that's within you in your heart, in your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, your base chakra. I need you to claim this light. This is who you are. And let's activate. You can rub your hands over your body. Let's activate all your energy pathways to really shine who you are through your eyes, shine who you are through your ears, shine who you really are through your being, your body, so that you can really claim and become who you are. Like this, if you don't find this force of your light, life, you don't live your life. You need to find it, right? So claim it, become it. Beautiful. Let it really start to shine up. And just welcome it. I want you to welcome you back into your body and just go to different parts of your body and be like, I welcome you back. I welcome me back to my eyes. I welcome me back to my ears. I welcome me back to my throat. I welcome me back to my third eye. I welcome me back to my head. I welcome me back to my heart. I welcome me back. I welcome me back. I welcome me back. And you know what? Who you are is amazing. So I just want you to just feel deep love and gratitude for you, this unique energy that's you, and all the adventures that you can take yourself on. Trust me, when it really blossoms, you're going to go on some amazing adventures, right? Your desire is going to pull you to like people, situations, experiences. It's going to pull you, and it's beautiful. So I'd like you to just feel your light, but feel the desire in it. Feel the desire inside of you to live more. Feel the desire inside of you to experience more, be more, vibrate more, right? Feel it. Just feel it. Feel the desire. It's alive. You are alive. Feel that vibrancy in your body. Give your body, let your body move. Let your soul force move you, right? Let your soul play your body like an instrument and let it move you. Let it move you. Beautiful. And who you are is like, amazing. Now, right? All right, see if you can do this. I want you to feel your soul force. Let your soul force move you. And I invite you to witness or visualize or move it through your body, right? Let your soul force move into places that need to be unlocked. So all the places in your body that your soul can unlock. So maybe there's like some old patterns or some old like blockages or emotions that your soul force can just move through and unblock, right? So if you want to move your pelvis and let your soul force unlock your sacral chakra, or move your shoulders and let your soul force unlock your heart chakra front and back. So I just want you to contact that amazing light and let it unlock, unknot, unravel, clear, just by moving it up through you and setting the intention that your soul force is moving through and shifting and clearing things. Beautiful. Feels good, right? You might want to breathe it out like, and breathe it all out. Breathe who you are out. Breathe that old stuff out. Whatever it is, let it go. You're an amazing, amazing being. More of you needs to exist. Absolutely. Absolutely. So just give yourself permission for more of you to exist. Give yourself permission for your soul force to take up more position and more space. Like just let yourself shine out and just let your soul force expand your auric field. Like let it push out your auric field and be like, actually, going to take up some more space here energetically. I'm going to be more of me so that I've got bigger, better boundaries between me and those people that I need to have boundaries against. Tiana saying that's exactly what I needed. Thank you so much. So welcome. Good, good. Just and feel refreshed by your own energy, right? Feel refreshed by your own energy. Okay, give yourself a good shake and a wiggle. Oh, amazing. Amazing. Cool. Well, this is just, a little bit. And sometimes we spend so much time. Yeah, amazing. I had to stand and move. Yeah. Why? Because your soul force taking over. It's like, let me be me, right? Let me liberate myself. And it's powerful to we're trained to sit down and work through it. No, get up, move, Thank you. Thank you. So welcome. So welcome, people. So welcome. So welcome. So welcome. So, I'm going to tell you about my daughter and her spoilt behavior in a moment. I feel like I need to share this. I feel like there's some mum advice out there. So if your mums hang around, I need some advice. But yeah, my Sacred Star coaching certification, go and explore it. You'll find stuff on my page here. Yeah, Libby's saying I've been doing this exercise in the magnetic membership classes too since 3 days, and I feel the energy difference. Thank you for your gift. So welcome. So much for you, right? Got so much. I've done 15,000 hours of private healings and 240 live workshops. There's a lot within me to give, right? Jolie saying thank you, beautiful soul dance, cleansing, refreshing. So welcome. So yeah, next week, 2 things. My Sacred Star certification, the early bird finishes mid-February. Go and explore it. Go and understand it, explore it, book in for a clarity call, just see if it pulls you in, right? Because it's a 6-month journey of transformation. I'm not messing about here with you. This is a big journey, right? It's a big journey of change, but by the end of it, you're going to be amazing. It's an amazing journey. So go check that out. I'd love to be your guide, and I'd love to guide you through that process over 6 months. Hang out with you, obviously, and we go deep. And you learn to become an internationally recognized coach as well. And you can earn your own abundance by being a coach. I put a whole amazing package together in 6 months that has taken me years to get the information for. I'm just going to hand it over to make your life easy. That's happening, right? Sacred Star, a coaching certification. And next week, I've got a quantum leap challenge over 4 nights as well. So we even go deeper into all this stuff so that you really understand the importance and the value that it gives you, right? The importance and the value as well. So yeah, keep hanging out with me over this week, next week, and obviously the next 6 months, right? Because I want to make you grow. I want to make you grow. And like I said, you can drop messages, there's clarity calls going on and all of that stuff. And there's a team that will be there to support you if you need help as well. But enough about that. You'll see all the stuff about. So go check it out. Yeah, and Rosalind's happy to answer any questions. She went through the process last year as well. Thank you, Rosalind. Amazing. Cool. All right. So, mothers out there, I have a spoiled child. My child is spoiled. Now, she's an only child, right? She gets a lot of stuff, and which is fine, right? But you don't be rude, and you be respectful, and you know where your manners are, and you be polite, right? There's a certain level of behavior that is required. So my daughter has been atrocious this week, massively atrocious. Now, I don't know whether it's just something that all kids go through and they do these spoiled little things to test boundaries, but I feel like I've got teenager on my hands at the moment, and she's only, what is she? She's almost turning 7, right? So the other day we were going down to Chinatown because it was Chinese New Year's. And I said to her, go to the toilet before we go, right? And she just tucked her shirt in, and she got so angry with me for telling her to go to the toilet, right? Marta's saying it's natural. 6 years is an age of rebellion. Okay, maybe she's on track. Maybe she's on track for the rebellion. And you see, Aurora's got this, she's got a little bit of a fire in her and she gets angry quickly. I'm not like that. So it's really interesting. I wish I actually had more of that fire sometimes. Um, so anyway, she's like, got so angry with me for asking her to go to the toilet. And it's normal, right? Can you please go to the toilet? We're going to travel. We all do that, right? As moms. And she got so angry with me that she hit me, right? And I was like, hang on a minute. We don't hit in this house. I don't hit you. You don't hit me. We don't hit, right? We do not hit. If we've got an issue, we talk about it, we work it out, and we find a solution. Anyway, she goes to the toilet and blah, 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 blah. Bex is saying, check out what Rudolf Steiner says about the 6-year chart and what zodiac sign she is. She's full of Gemini. Weirdly, right? Her father is Gemini, Sun, Mercury, Mars of the Leo rising, and she is that as well, right? I got a male and female version of all these Geminis. And now she's dealing with intimacy. Amazing, cool. So anyway, I pulled her up aside. I was like, listen, what I'm asked of you is normal. It's normal for a mum to ask a child to please go to the toilet, before we go out. You shouldn't be reacting this way, right? And if we weren't going out for a family dinner with your friend's family, then I would call this all off because this is just absolutely inappropriate behavior, and I don't want to entertain this on some level. And if I wanted to, I could leave you at home and just go out without you, right? Because dad's still staying at home, so you can stay with him. Her little friend turned around, right? The pair of them. And her little friend said, oh, yeah, my mum always threatens. She said, it's okay, Aurora. My mum always threatens that she'll leave me at home, but she never does, right? And then Aurora's still listening to me and blah, 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 blah. And then I leave the room and Aurora goes to her friend. Oh, thank God that chat's over. And I was like, my mother fuse box went because it was like she was just playing out the game with me. And I felt really I don't know how to deal with this child that's moving into this beautiful, rebellious nature, And I sat with her this morning. I was like, listen, you're all I could think about to kind of help her grow out of this was listen, you're operating at a reception year level. You're just getting angry and reacting, but you're not having enough thought processes of why is mommy asking me this? Why is it important for me? How I should behave, how I should handle the situation. If I'm not happy, I should communicate. So you're not having enough thought processes. You're just still stuck there at reception level, and you need a reception level, a nursery level, and you need a reception level and a year 1 level and a year 2, because she's in year 2. Extra thought so that we can deal with the situation better. And all this week she's been I even with dinner, she had a massive tantrum because she didn't want to eat the fish. I had fish for dinner. And it was just being constant. I had the piano lesson today and she didn't want to do the piano lesson and she was swinging her legs and just being disrespectful to all the people that are helping her out, right? It's we're on your side. We're here to help you grow, And then the other week, she had this big drama around, doing the homework, getting emotional, I can't do it, and then getting angry at me and mom, and I had to sit her down. I was like, listen, you're 7. I've got 12 years left, and then you're out in the world by yourself. So I'm here to help you grow, right? And I'm losing tactics here. I'm losing tactics. Right? Because I want her to grow. I want her to understand why this is important to, I'm not against her, right? She's got this weird mother-daughter thing, I'm against her. And, and I've even done some generational healing between me and my mom and her mom, right? And all the female tension drama that goes on to try and smoothen the process out. But it's the fact that she's not getting that I'm just there to help her grow. And is this rebellion? Is this all that happens? Do I let her express herself? Do I keep going along for the journey? I just wasn't expecting this until she was 13. It's just come really sudden in the last week. Okay, what have we got going on here? It's natural. Check out what Rudolf Steiner says. Yep, we all do this as mum. Now she's dealing with intimacy. Okay, amazing. Liberated. Yes, it's all okay to express yourself. All verbal expressions loud. but not all behavior is okay. Absolutely. She's so sassy. Okay, maybe she was embarrassed. Bex, if Waldorf circles, the time's often called the first puberty, or first adolescence. The book, You're Not the Boss of Me, understanding, oh, this is exactly what she said to me. You're not the boss of me. All right. Okay, amazing. Then there's a whole book on 6 or 7-year-old transformation. Okay, amazing. We're going to look at this because that's where it is. It's like this interesting power struggle, a really interesting power struggle. Okay, I may have been a little bit like, I was so annoyed with her. So we went out for the Japanese, the Chinese dinner. And then afterwards, I bought myself an ice cream and I didn't buy her one. Cause I was like, I feel like she like was outplaying me a little bit. And I don't know if this is even right? Because again, I'm on new territory here, mothers. um, and I bought the ice cream and I just ate it in front of her. And I said, no, you can't have it because she even disrespected the grandmother in the restaurant, right? She completely disrespected her and didn't listen to her. And that made me like blow my fuse. It's like, okay, me is one thing, but then to work on to do that to the grandmother, I was like, so I bought myself an ice cream and I didn't buy her one and she was very upset. I was like, sorry, Aurora, if you're good, if you're well, then I can reward you, but I can't. Was that a wrong thing to do? I don't know. Anyway, let me know. I need some help. Okay, Libby, I'll say, ouch, that hurt me. Can you please be kind? And if that doesn't work, then fine, don't go to school. I won't send you to school. That way I can save money and I can have a vacation instead. Yes, exactly. Marta, it's okay. She's dealing with a big transition. It's natural, but you have to set boundaries. Yeah, totally. Jolly, you're the new moon, the tempers are super high. Yeah, maybe it's new moon stuff, right? Roxana, she shows you what you're comfortable to see, but when they're with kids by the same age, they found themselves understood. Yeah, that was the thing. Like they were like adults already. Oh, thank God that chat's over, right? Or Aurora, don't worry about that. My mom threatens me with that all the time. Sorry. I was just like these two little colluders. It was quite funny. Like I do find it funny as well, but I'm like, oh, what's the right thing? Karen, did you ask her why she's reacting this way? Yeah, she does, and she gets like a little burst of anger, and I think that overwhelms. So that's what I was like trying to explain to her. You just need to go, okay, because she understands nursery reception, year 1, year 2, and I was like, okay, well, that's a nursery response. Now let's try and go through the things. Let's have a reception response in a year 1, and then finally year 2 response is how we work it all out. So I've been trying to like help her that there's a process of helping herself, right? Because at the end of the day, she needs to help herself. She needs to work out the situation and help herself. Oh my God, another story. Sorry, people. It's getting late. I know. I'll get through this one. This was annoying. So we're going to school, right? We walk out the door and she's like, Mom, did you forget something? I was like, what did I forget? She said, you forgot my school bag, like this to me. You forgot my school bag. I was like, oh, okay, well, then go back and get your school bag, right? And she said to me, Daddy always gets my school bag for me. And I was like, I was like, well, Daddy can treat you like a princess, but I'm raising an independent young woman. So if you've remembered your school bag, then you need to go get it. And you need to remember your school bag every morning because you're independent. So yeah. Anyway, Madeline, that's so powerful. I've been through this with my son. How did she make you feel and what is actually happening for her? Let's find out what's going on inside and around her and being told what to do. It definitely happens at the teen child. Yeah, I'm hearing this now, this teen child thing. She totally likes to learn by experiencing, Joe. Totally. Rosalind saying she's also feeling your more embodied soul force as well, working at how that impacts and plays out for her. Yeah, totally. And she's also like stepping into her power too, right? Lo, just caught this part now. I went through this with my son. Yeah, happens, right? It's the end of the 7-year period and going towards teens. Yeah, but I didn't expect, she's my baby. She's my baby. I think you're right, Bonnie, because you're just showing her her own behavior. Yeah, it sounds like the energy is building up in between. Yeah, totally. But just this week, so there must be some astrological thing, but it's been just bad every day. And then the piano teacher today, I'm like, come on, like it's not even a family member here that you have I don't know, deeper issues with. It's just that basic level of respect and that basic level of, how I conduct myself, right? It's yeah. And we've got to learn this stuff, right? Yes, it's new for us all. They don't come with manuals. They certainly don't come with manuals. Triple P parenting program helps me. They cover all age groups and how to find a boundary. Amazing. Oh, you mums are so great here. Thank you for all this advice. Okay, Madeline was saying the ice cream was a bit mean. You don't know what was going on with her. Okay, it was a bit mean. But see, that was me being a disempowered mum, right? I was like, what do I do to get my power back? And I shouldn't have even played that game out, right? I shouldn't have even played that game out. But that was disempowered mum playing out something there. Yeah, this is all good self-reflection, right? Marta, it's okay. We're all learning. Your relationship is changing. It will be fine. It's totally true. Nina, don't forget these young children have big changes with all the lockdowns and then going back to school. And she's still 7 years. Yeah. Steiner. Okay, everyone's saying Steiner. Bex, it's like when I don't buy ice cream. No, but when I don't like it, what you do this. So be gentle, kind of think like a song, empathy, put yourself in the place of me. Yeah, totally. Yes, every 7-year-old thinks these kids go through a shift. With my son, I feel like it's his way of figuring out his identity away from me. Yeah, totally. It's so challenging, but so matured on the other side. I feel for them. It's safe for them to explore boundaries and sense of self and emotions. Totally. And it's interesting, right? It's a whole new level of stuff. Veronica, I think you should definitely let her continue to feel her emotions and keep guiding her. You're doing a good job. Amazing. Thank you. Okay, amazing. Triple lead net. Sorry, I should put them up. Children sometimes get offended when they tell them you are behaving at a younger level. Yes, I did that today as well. I did that today. My daughter's 14 and they sound the same. I know, that's what it's like. I'm like, I've got a teenager. And also, you're a great mum for wanting to chew this over, as your kids can be pain in the ass, and she sounds really sassy and you're not daddy. She's so sassy, so sassy. Oksana, and also it's not always like a tactic, just observe, let go. She came to you. Totally. And I'm learning from her, right? I'm learning so much stuff from her. Totally. This little one is playing out. I thought she was competing with you in some way, but she brings in daddy as well. Yes, there is that thing. And I was like, wow, daddy can treat you like a princess, but I'm feeling more human now that I'm not the only one having these problems. Sometimes I don't know if my boundaries are crossed or I'm crossing hers. Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because, we're all hyper aware that sometimes we can react like our parents reacted subconsciously to our kids. Sometimes, are we overstepping things? Are we not letting them be in their power? Are we also, I don't want her to get away with stuff too, because I'm also her guide. I'm also here to help her understand the world, help her understand herself, help her understand how to make her own life easier. Like that's why I always say to her, I'm on your side. I actually want things to be easy for you, like just pee before we go on public transport, please, right? I'm here making life easier for you. So yeah, it's a juggle to try and then we also want them to be independent as well. So it's this very interesting juggle. Okay. Bex, a little snippet from Steiner. The children of this age enjoy physical challenge and enjoy work. This may be a crisis time of the play where the child literally cannot play. Children of this age are working to develop symmetry, balance, dominance, crossing over midlines still. Children of this age want to be the boss. They are bossy. They correct people, including their parents, and they try to play with adult themes. And they're not so lovely to us. Weddings, drinking, trying to get... interesting. Amazing. Thank you for that. I think some of it disappeared. But amazing. Connect to her heart is the way you get her back. Show your vulnerability and how you feel. Yes, I haven't been doing that, I think. Because there might be this sense of I'm not her mummy anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like before she was a little girl and I was her mummy and I could be, come on, let's do this or let's do that or let mummy show you how to do it. And she was very like wanting to listen to me. And I think I do need to go back to her heart and connect to it. And I think I've been thrown off by the 7-year-old power game. Okay, the energy laughing is all anger and fighting. I wanted to fight with so many people. Hopefully this week is getting better. Yeah, and we just stepped into the year of the tiger, right? Have you heard the book The Conscious Parent by Sheffield Thurber? I heard it. It's very good. Amazing. I'll check that out. Beck's saying, don't worry, you're doing great. Probably her friend has some influence on her and wants to keep her up and learn to be herself in the situation. Yeah, totally. That's a really good point, actually. Because friends do rub off on each other, right? And sometimes she might also be seeing friends' behavior of how her friends dealing with her mom. I had this recently. She never had issues going to sleep by herself, but then her friend had issues going to sleep by herself. So now Aurora has issues going to sleep by herself. So there is that element, right, where they can try out different scenarios of what they've seen. The option between pee here or pee along the roadside. Yeah, or on the train. Oh, I empathize with you so much in relief as I constantly ask myself these three questions. I ask myself, am I being controlling? Do they have to do what is I say important? The mom in me says, absolutely. Yeah, that's how I feel too. I'm the mom. you know? My 15-year-old boy still comes to me for hugs, don't worry. Yeah, because they're still babies, right? I was looking at her in the shower and she's like, "Mommy, can you turn the hot water down, cold water on?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." And you're like, "You're such a little person. You're a little tiny person, you need so much help still." And you're like being bossy. You can do it, totally can do it. Don't forget that hormones suck. Oh yeah, of course, the hormones. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm going to look into all of this, beautiful women. Thank you so much for all your amazing advice. Always, babies. Yeah. Thank you for all your amazing advice. I really, really appreciate it. To us all being better mothers to our daughters and our sons, yeah, and to us being better parents to our children, and to us growing and becoming more embodied and more aware, to help more aware that the next generation become more aware, right? Yeah. Thank you, Vanya, for sharing your daughter's rebellious behavior and struggle with that. Being honest, I feel she's just testing your boundaries and feeling your joy and independence. She might be already jealous of your independence and wants to be older than she is. Also, the influence of the collective and school, the influence of her schoolmates and the older ones have such an impact. So much. So, so true. We're all beautifully complex beings, aren't we? Yeah. Amazing. Well, I'm sorry we did go on a little bit. A little bit like 40 minutes, even like an hour longer than I usually do. You're amazing, mom. Expanding. Yeah, exactly. Expanding along the way. Totally. Amazing. We all are, right? Anyway, gorgeous people. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. I really enjoyed it. I feel like this is my social as well. Like we get to hang out and we get to share and we get to chit chat and pass things on. So it's beautiful, right? It's beautiful. So good night on that note. Come hang out with me next week. Got so much. There's like the quantum leap. You need to go and register your place and it's all free and it's 4 nights. It's at 7 p.m. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And yeah, and then come join me for the embodiment coaching certification and spend some 6 amazing months. And otherwise, we keep connecting here next Wednesday, first Wednesday of the month, Facebook, Instagram, telepathically, right? With our hearts, we can connect energetically. So you know what, right? Always connected. So thank you so much for being here tonight. I hope you feel bigger, brighter, more loved, more here, more present, bolder, wiser, more intuitive, all those things that you truly, truly are. Big kisses. Have an amazing, yeah, it is a beautiful moment of connection, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night, good night, good night. What's this one? Yes, and so true to your feelings. I think it's okay to say that's my ice cream. Sorry, none for you just now. It weirdly felt empowering. But is that wrong? Was that a wrong thing to do? Okay, big hugs. Thank you for your share. That was super brave. Yeah, you've got to be right because I think we just all learn from each other. And, life, we aren't all perfect. We are all work in progress. We are all learning, right? I don't know. I think it was you, Libby, that said we don't get the manual and we need to share, right? We need to share what's going on and we need to give each other the wisdom that we all have, right? So we all grow and shift and change together. Yeah, amazing. Cool. Big kisses. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night.